Listen, motivation is a lie. It's this highly polished fantasy sold to us by fitness influencers and self-help authors. It shows up for what, maybe 3 days? It pumps you full of energy and then it completely vanishes.
And when that initial burst inevitably fades, there you are, left sitting on the couch, feeling incredibly guilty. You tell yourself, I just didn't want it enough to actually change my life. But here's the thing, the problem isn't you. The problem is that you've been relying on the completely wrong tool for the job.
This right here is what actually separates the people who achieve their goals for years from the ones who get fired up and then just quit within a week. The motivated person's journey, it's chaotic, but the disciplined person's journey is consistent. And it's not about strength of character either. In this explainer, we're going to break down the 6 reasons discipline always beats motivation. And stick with me here, because when we get to point number 4, I'm going to reveal why willpower isn't even what you actually need.
All right, let's dive into reason number 1, the emotion trap.
When you rely solely on motivation, your ability to get things done depends on totally volatile factors. We're talking about your mood, how well you slept, your hormones, or even just the weather outside. You will never ever meet an Olympic-level athlete who says, "Yeah, I only train when I feel inspired." No way, because that is simply not how you win medals. Trying to build long-term success on your emotions is literally like building a house on sand. It's gonna collapse.
Moving on to number 2, the autopilot system.
Discipline is the exact opposite of motivation. It's a reliable, structured system of actions that just runs on autopilot, completely regardless of your mood. It works even when you feel terrible. Now you might be thinking, wait, doesn't that take a ton of willpower? Well, in point number 5, I'll share some fascinating research proving that relying on willpower is actually a massive strategic mistake. But first, let's look at how our brains actually process motivation.
That brings us to number 3. Action creates motivation.
So many people just sit around waiting for this magical surge of inspiration before they start anything. But human psychology is totally backwards. Step 1 is simply taking action. You just force yourself to start. Step 2 is building that momentum. And step 3, only at the very end, is actually feeling motivated. Think about the last time you absolutely dreaded a workout, but you forced yourself to start anyway, and like 10 minutes in, you actually wanted to keep going. That wasn't a coincidence. Action creates motivation, not the other way around.
All right, here is the big twist. Number 4, the willpower trap.
So, if we aren't relying on a sudden surge of motivation, how are we actually supposed to implement all this consistency? Do you just need superhuman willpower? I mean, it's so easy to look at highly disciplined people and assume the answer is yes. But here's the reality. If you are relying purely on willpower, you are unnecessarily fighting yourself every single day.
The truth is, no, you do not need superhuman willpower. You need systems. Highly successful people aren't more disciplined because they try harder than you. They simply design their environments and their daily routines so that the right choice becomes the default choice. They completely remove the need for willpower in the first place by building smart habits.
Which leads perfectly into number 5. Willpower is a limited resource. To really understand why these systems are so absolutely crucial, look at the science. Studies show that willpower is actually a limited resource. It functions exactly like a physical muscle. This introduces a concept called decision fatigue. Throughout your day, every single choice you make chips away and depletes your willpower. This is exactly why people who rely purely on motivation and willpower usually fail by the evening. By 7 p.m., they've already used up all their limited reserves on 100 other tiny decisions. Their battery's just completely dead. And finally, number 6, identity over motivation. Every single time you follow through on a task, when you really didn't feel like doing it, you send a super powerful psychological message to your own brain. You tell yourself, I am someone who follows through. See, motivation gives you a temporary burst, sure, but discipline creates a permanent identity. Over time, those small actions stack up, and holding that core belief that you are a consistent person, that is infinitely more powerful than any fleeting burst of enthusiasm.
And you know what the best part is? Discipline is not some innate personality trait that you're either born with or you aren't. It is a highly trainable skill. It gets built with small, manageable, repeated actions. And that means absolutely anyone, including you, can start developing it today.
So, let me ask you, do you currently rely on motivation or have you built real discipline? Be completely honest in the comments below. I'd really love to read them. And hey, if you want another explainer breaking down the exact systems successful people use to build discipline without relying on willpower at all, hit that like button and I'll make part 2.
Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.
I'm going to leave you with this final thought to totally reframe how you approach your life and your goals. Discipline is a system. Motivation is a feeling. Which one are you going to trust with your future?